Hey there, it's Stephanie Cunningham with RevelationU Reiki and Wellbeing. Today I want to share with you top 10 frequently asked questions about Reiki. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the first question. What is it? What is Reiki? I'm sure you can imagine I get this question a lot. And while Reiki has been around for over 100 years, it's not a word or a modality that is commonplace. It's not in our common vernacular. It's not a household name, although it should be. So, what is Reiki? Reiki is a Japanese technique for stress and pain relief. It uses light touch on various areas of the body to get your body back to the point of relaxation where it can heal itself. It's all about balance and returning your body to that state of balance where it can activate those self-healing capabilities such as sleep, digestion, circulation, immune health, centered and balanced emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical state. The second frequently asked question I get about Reiki is, how does it work? Well, like other spiritual practices, like meditation and yoga, the goal is a balanced mind, body, and spirit. Reiki works with the subtlest level of the human biofield, which is the vibrational body that surrounds our physical form. Once Reiki is accessed by the practitioner, it gently encourages the client's body and biofield toward balance, releasing what is no longer needed, strengthening areas that are fragile, and generally bringing the body back into a well-balanced form for the client. The third frequently asked question that I get about Reiki is, what are the benefits? And I could probably go on for hours about the benefits that I've received and my clients have received about Reiki, but some of the most common benefits of Reiki include reduction of chronic pain and stress, alleviation of symptoms of anxiety and depression, clarity of mind, deeper self-awareness, reduction of side effects from medication and cancer treatments, and a general overall feeling of well-being. One of my mentors says the best thing that she hears her clients say is, I just feel really good. And how often do we say that on a daily basis? I just feel really good. So sometimes it's hard to explain, but you just feel good. So those are some benefits of Reiki. The fourth most frequently asked question I get about Reiki is, what happens during a session? This is pretty easy, pretty simple. I can do in-person sessions and distance sessions. So let's start with in-person sessions. When you come in for an in-person session, you'll come into my office. I have a massage table. You'll lay down on that table fully clothed, and we'll get you all cozy in a sheet and a blanket, and then I'll turn on some meditative music, some nice quiet music to just enhance the mood. You'll take a few deep breaths, and I will place my hands on various areas of the body. I have a protocol that I generally follow where I put my hands on the head, the arms, the upper chest, the abdomen, hips, feet, different places, and I will just go around. If I feel like I need to stay in one area or skip an area, I will do that. And that's pretty much it. As far as if there's talking or no talking involved, I really let the client guide the session from that perspective. Talking is not going to inhibit anything that I'm doing. It's not going to inhibit the session or cause it to be off in any way. It just is about what the client wants to experience. So if you want a more meditative experience, we won't talk. We'll just listen to the music and do the session. If you want to talk or discuss something, that's great too. Either way is just perfect. Again, I just let the client kind of set the tone as far as that's concerned. Distance sessions are a little bit different. I am in my space, you are in your space. I encourage you to be in a space that's quiet and cozy, similar to how it would be in the office, and just be in an environment where you'll be uninterrupted for the length of our session. And then on my side, I also send you the music that I'll be listening to, not because we have to. I just feel like it's a nice way to connect when we're not in the same room. On my end, I use a proxy. He's called Reiki Ranger. He's a little golden retriever stuffed animal. And I use Reiki Ranger as a proxy for the client. So I'll use those same protocols on the stuffed animal as I would on you, and then I will call after the session and we'll have a conversation about the experience on both ends. So that's it. Number 5 on the list of frequently asked questions I receive about Reiki is, what can I expect to feel during a Reiki session? This is another one that I could go for hours on the different things that people experience during a Reiki session. So I always say everything is normal in Reiki. You might fall asleep, you might cry, your stomach might gurgle and make some silly noises. You might feel vibration, you might twitch a little bit, you might laugh. I've had people laugh during a session. You might feel very light feeling, like you might in meditation or savasana at the end of yoga. If your eyes are closed, you might even see some color moving around, and that's just everything kind of rebalancing. So there are lots of different things that you might experience in Reiki, and those are some of them. Number 6 on the list of the questions that I get asked most frequently about Reiki is, what can I expect to experience after a Reiki session? This is one that is going to really be different for everyone depending on what is needed in each session. But generally speaking, people feel very calm, rebalanced, lighter, happier, a feeling of that general overall well-being. If there's pain, a release in pain, a release in anxiety or feelings of depression. All of those things are very common experience to feel after the session, and that's going to last days, most intensely, and then weeks, because the Reiki continues to work throughout your system for a few weeks. As far as some other experiences that people have, I know for me, whenever I get Reiki done, it seems like I always feel like I have a little bit of cold for about 6 to 12 hours afterward, and then it just all releases. Now, when I'm in that space, it feels a little detached, if you will. So it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm experiencing these symptoms necessarily in my body. I just feel a little off. And I know that it's something that is processing through. And like I said, in the next 6 to 12 hours, I will be fine. So I usually don't have many clients that have that experience, but it is possible to have that, where you might have a headache, a little stomach ache, your body might feel a little off. And I always encourage people to really listen to their body, and if they feel like they have to go to the doctor, please do so. I never would tell someone not to go to the doctor, but to really kind of feel into their experience, if they are having that experience, and see if it's something that they're a little more detached from, and see how it feels in the next few hours. So I've never had anyone have a really negative experience. Like I said, most of the people always walk away feeling good and calm and just better. They just feel better. The 7th most frequently asked question I get is Reiki safe? Can it do harm? And the answer is yes, it is safe. No, it cannot do harm. Reiki is a safe, non-invasive healing practice that works in tandem, very complementary with other forms of healing and cure. So whether it's modern medicine, traditional medicine, alternative therapies, counseling, Reiki is a complementary practice that supports anything that you're trying to do, any type of growth or healing that you are on the path for. Number 8 on the list of frequently asked questions I receive about Reiki is, who is Reiki for? Who should get Reiki? And I say Reiki is for everyone, and I do mean that because it's something that we could all use. We could all use a little rebalancing. We all could use a little bit of calm. We could all use the opportunity to get kind of that stuff off that we don't need. But really, Reiki is for people who want to feel good, who want to feel better, who are not feeling the way they want to in this moment. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you have physical pain. Maybe you have an autoimmune disorder that you're dealing with. Maybe you're more sensitive to the world around you, i.e. highly sensitive person or empath. And you take in a lot of that stuff and you just really want to get it out, right? It's weighing you down. So I would say that Reiki is for people who want to feel better in whatever way, physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Number 9 on the list of the top 10 most frequently asked questions I receive about Reiki is, how often should I come in? How often should I get a session? And that actually depends on what's going on. Some people, they just need a tune-up, once in a while, a couple times a year, once a year, whatever they feel. Some people are more sensitive to the world around them, like me too, highly sensitive people or empaths. I usually tell them to come in about every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how they feel, and just to get all that extra stuff off so they can feel lighter, more centered, clearer, no brain fog. Same thing with people who have autoimmune disorders, stress and anxiety, and letting everything build up is not good for the autoimmune diseases. So I encourage people to come in as frequently as they can, again, every 4 to 6 weeks, to kind of reset their system. And number 10 on the top 10 most frequently asked questions I receive about Reiki is, how much is it and how do I schedule a session? So I have 2 different times. I do a 45-minute session and 60-minute session. They're 45 and 60 respectively. Your first 60-minute session is $10 off, and this is as of September 1st, 2022. So if you're watching this a lot later, know that those prices may change just a little bit. And as far as how to schedule, I encourage you to go to RevelationU.com/heal, and you can schedule your session there. Thanks for checking out the top 10 most frequently asked questions I receive about Reiki. If I didn't answer your question, please reach out and ask it. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, send me an email, or give me a call. All that information is here in this video as well. Until I see you again, be well.